charity that we've chosen is called 350.org. It's an environmental organization, nonprofit, that funds innovative ways to address the climate crisis through science and social justice. And these are the partners that helped me work on this.
I'm Rachel.
I'm Taylor.
I'm Jackson.
And I'm Lauren. So we contacted a managing director from 350.org, and they said to us, we are all part of an ecosystem where humans and nature rely on each other to thrive. The planet is telling us that human greed is the problem. It is healing with less industrial activity and less pollution since the COVID-19 pandemic has placed restrictions on the movement of people and business operations. But we didn't need a pandemic to tell us that our planet was suffering. The signs have been there for many years now. Severe air pollution, rising sea levels, and more frequent, intense storms are signs that have been evident for years.
Okay, so 350's mission states, 350.org works with people around the world using online tools to facilitate strategic campaigns, organizing, and public engagement actions to communicate both of the realities of science and principles of justice in addressing the climate crisis. So this nonprofit, 350.org, is really known for having strong allies and connections around the world, which is so important when trying to overcome such a complex problem. Successful campaigns and protests wouldn't be possible without the support of people, and 350.org makes taking action easy and effective for everyone. So these are some of 350's biggest achievements over the years. They started in 2009, and as you can tell, there's at least one big success that they've overcame every year. So I'm going to talk about the Keystone XL resistance in 2011 because it was one of the most important in the U.S. and it was very controversial. So the Keystone XL, if constructed, would have put communities at risk. It would have polluted water sources that people and wildlife relied on. And thanks to 350.org and their allies, the resistance was successful. It did take a few years. So in 2015, Obama rejected the project, which was a huge success.
Okay, so the key distinction between 350 and other nonprofits is that it works internationally to mobilize local grassroots climate solutions. Ray Race Environmental and the Children's Environmental Health Institute both are limited to their respective communities. They focus more on local microenvironments and local sustainable development. 350, however, has a greater impact as they operate globally to mitigate the climate crisis. They fund international training conferences for activists, and they operate in over 188 countries. As for funding, we're calling for 15% of the class's funds. We want unrestricted, and this is equal to 0.04% of the total budget. Even though it seems like a low percentage, we've seen in the decade of impact that 350's funds are effectively producing results.
Okay, so I listed a few of 350's most notable achievements. Their biggest one's probably Keystone XL, where they led a resistance in preventing the implementation of one of North America's largest pipelines. Next was their fossil fuel divestment movement, which began in 2012 and it promoted the divestment in fossil fuel industries. In 2019, the divestment movement reported over $11 trillion in assets divested. Next was their Training for Trainers, a website that they created that enables leaders with tools and activities for leading interactive workshops, seminars, and retreats. Choose to embrace new solutions to solve the immense climate crisis.